Tonight was one of those nights where the scoreline only told half the story. On paper, it ended 1-1 between PSG and Bayern Munich. But when the final whistle blew, it was PSG celebrating qualification with a 6-5 aggregate win. And honestly, this match was not won in the last minute. It was won through control, composure, and one brutal lesson in knockout football. Bayern came into Paris knowing they had work to do after the first leg. They needed urgency, intensity, and an early statement. But instead, PSG struck first. Only 3 minutes in, Ousmane Dembélé finished off a sharp move created by Kvaratskhelia, and suddenly the whole tide changed. That goal did more than just make it 1-0 on the night. It forced Bayern to chase. And against a PSG side full of pace, that is exactly the situation you do not want. From that moment, PSG looked calm. Bayern had possession spells, but PSG looked more dangerous every time they broke forward. Every transition felt like panic for Bayern. Kvaratskhelia was aggressive. You could feel Bayern's urgency turning into impatience. And that was the first reason PSG eventually went through. PSG controlled the emotional rhythm of the match. They didn't need endless possession. They only needed Bayern to overcommit. In the second half, Bayern pushed harder. They started making changes. Fresh legs came on. Davies, Kim Min-jae, more attacking intent, more pressure. But here's where PSG were clever. They didn't panic. They slowed the game down. They defended with discipline. They kept Bayern in front of them. And every minute that passed made the German side more desperate. Then came the key stretch. PSG made substitutions of their own. Fresh players, fresh energy, and enough legs to keep resisting. For most of the second half, Bayern were attacking. But not really cutting PSG open. That's the second reason Bayern lost. They had pressure, but not enough clean final third quality. A lot of effort, a lot of urgency, but not enough decisive moments. Then, right at the death, Bayern finally found one. In 90+4 minutes, Harry Kane scored from an assist by Alphonso Davies. Suddenly, it was 1-1 on the night. For a few seconds, Bayern believed. But it was simply too late, because the damage had already been done over the two legs. And that is the story of this tie. PSG did not need to dominate Bayern. They only needed to be smarter than Bayern. They struck early. They forced Bayern into a chasing game. They defended their advantage with discipline. And when Bayern finally scored, the clock had already beaten them. So why did PSG win? Because they were more efficient. Because they managed the tie better. Because they understood that in knockout football, moments where PSG had already taken command of the tie. The match finished 1-1. But the real result was much bigger than that. PSG survive. Bayern fall. Aggregate. PSG 6. Bayern Munich 5. If you love this, do well to like, share, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more.